Live now on YouTube. Spawning up at the top left, it is SHIN. He's going to go for an Extractor Trick 15 hatch. Spawning down on the bottom right, it is Onside Gaming's Ryung. In the blue. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's a bit of an oopsie. Hi, YouTube. Also, hi, Shu. Welcome, welcome. To apologize, YouTube. That's on me. That's my B. Do do do. Do do do. Fancy a game of Gwent. Zelos. I remember him from, there was a... Oh, what was the name of the... National Geographic did a, like a documentary on StarCraft. And it's the funniest thing because they present the Korean players as these, underdogs. And Zelos as like this... I think it was Zelos, or was it Paranoid Android? Or is that the name of the map? Damn, I'm getting all crossed up. Nice save right there on the Spore Crawler Morph, but still, Ryung against an Extractor... Oh, SHIN! Okay, cool. Against an Extractor Trick 15 hatch, forcing a Spore Crawler Morph is already kind of a win. Into the rain, into the rainbow. Oh. Reaper's fine. I do love the idea of after kind of scaring your opponent in the previous game, going for a 2-base opener. Oh, I was going to say, when I saw 16 or 6-lings in production, I was a little bit curious. Are we going to see something crazy? The answer is yes. And this is absolutely going to catch Ryung completely blindsided. In terms of build orders, there's no Hellions. This is a super, super greedy play. He uses the factory. Oh, good dodge right there on the scout. Lings will be able to slip out now. Oh, this is so well done from SHIN. That little move right there might have just won him the game. Because otherwise, all the units go back into the main base. SCVs are going to pull. This is too many Lings to fight. I think we just see GG. You cannot afford to lose these Marines and SCVs. Mule, of course, is going to go down as well. There's another SCV that can be taken out. God, this is the most successful this could have possibly been. Actually, sorry, that's not entirely true. He could have also gotten the Reaper. Even going to find 2 more Marines on the... I would say that's a miss rally, rallying them forward like this. I think the SCV was maybe body blocking. Oh, man. Very well done from SHIN. Super freaking cool mind game. And behind this, Roach Warren, second gas. This can just be defensive, but it can also be a kill shot. He can also just pump units and try and overwhelm his opponent. But I think he just wants to maybe be prepared for what actually looks like it might just be a Hellbat counter. Counterattack with Hellbats. Yep, there it is. There's the armory. Yep. That naked starport tells me all I need to know. And SHIN is aware of the potential of that. He's also aware that his opponent would potentially go mech out of this. And he is crossing his T's, dotting his I's, and potentially even crossing his opponent's eyes. with this dizzying display. This is kind of funny. SHIN's going up to 5 gases right now. This feels like fake mutas in a weird way. But it's actually kind of a similar setup to the previous game. Still a single carapace upgrade. Obviously more workers. Many more, and very different way to get here. SCV pull. That's probably Ryung's best bet. This is going to get revealed with some decent creep spread, though. And SHIN, he has just about everything he needs to defend. If this had been going up against a fast Mutaplay, very decent chance this actually does win the game. As it is, it's kind of breaking through a little bit. But we got 14 more roaches on the production tab. And it will not break through enough to even win the fight, let alone to make up for a 42 worker deficit. Honestly, very smart move from Ryung in that situation. That was like the only way he could have possibly won that game. But, well, SHIN shut the door about as hard as one can. SHIN versus Clem now? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Bum 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 bum. Do do do. Dun, dun, dun. So we do have Baneling and Zoun going on. Most of the players have made it into the round of 8. Gonna run a couple minutes of ads real quick. SHIN. Ryung put up a good fight there. All right, we're gonna run 2.5 minutes of ads real quick before we get into the next one. Once again, kind of have to. Oh. Clan X17. I feel like I've heard of Clan X17. I would say SHIN has done extremely well against Clem, relatively speaking. What's my SC history? Sounds like you're around in the early days. Not to the extent it sounds like you guys were. I was around a little bit, but mostly... Like, I used to, like, play, you know, custom games and, like, 2v2, v2, v2 with, like, friends in the computer lab and stuff. In high school. I was never, I never had any idea what I was really doing. Fastest map? Not fastest map. I never played fastest map, but we did, yeah, like, Bloodbath. That map's a banger. Bloodbath. Lots of, like, four-player maps, like, 4-player FFAs. Bloodbath is wild. Yeah. Rivalry? I don't think I've ever... Rivalry. Oh, this map. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Feel like Artosis plays a lot of, what do you call it? He does a lot of 4-player FFAs on here. I could be wrong about that. I might be wrong about that. Damn, that's a lot of bridges. God, this feels like an island map. I know it's literally not, but like the bridges feel so insane. Bridges in Brood War are the most terrifying things. You beat Testy once with 10 pull into Lurker Drop. That was good enough for me. Nice. The thing that's cool about Brood War is that you could be a one-trick, basically. In StarCraft 2, if you're a cheeser, you will get shown the door pretty soon, you know? Sorry, Miss Steadfast Itchery. No, I was just saying I played a bit in high school. With like friends and stuff. Bloodbath, custom maps. When did I start? I mean, I played the campaign. Fun fact, I don't think I've ever actually beaten the Brood War campaign. Because like I was too bad at the game, so I started playing. I had to play with like cheats. Like that was the only way I could beat like the last mission. The last mission is so tough if you have no idea what you're doing. Like in Brood War. I definitely used power overwhelming for sure. You remember Artosis is a really nice guy and humble? The streaming persona for Artosis is something. It does seem like he hates the game. It really does. What's the score? It is. The series is just kicking off now. Remember when Tasteless and Artosis were noobs? There is a part of gaming that will never be seen again, which is basically the concept of like Wild West and like never knowing anything and like having to learn stuff yourself. You just don't have to learn things yourself anymore. There's too much connectivity between players, and it's too easy to find out information. All right, here we go. Spawning up at the top left. It is Clem. Melem. For Team Liquid. And his opponent spawning down on the bottom right with an extractor trick. 15 pool. It is SHIN. In the blue. So it was a 15 pool before versus Ryung. Wait, no, this is faster. No, this is faster. Yeah. No, this is different, actually. Wait, 36. Yeah. Yeah, he started, it was a 16 pool before. This one, he started it before the Overlord popped. Still watch Brood War once in a while? Yeah. So funny because in 2005, the top players were talking as if Brood War was solved and figured out. Yeah. I mean, it can never truly be solved or figured out, but you can kind of get close, I guess. The thing is, mechanical demands are so impossible to achieve, and they're still coming out with new strats. It's funny because I know that there's like such a divide between SC2 and Brood War, and like everyone will always say, you know, Brood War is so strategically diverse. Like Brood War fans will say that, and StarCraft 2 is so boring and figured out. And then StarCraft 2 fans will say Brood War is so strategically one-dimensional, and StarCraft 2 has so many different, you know, so many different things that they do, and it's so unique. It's like you're kind of both right and you're kind of both wrong, because there is a huge amount of strategic diversity. SHIN did successfully hide these Lings, by the way. Ooh, nice save on that one Marine, but I think he loses this SCB. Ryung able to get... Oh, no, that Marine. Oh, God. And the Ling gets back into the main. He got 2 SCVs. Oh, that's so rough for Clem. That is actually really, really rough. What is the... Oh, it's West server. That makes sense. Okay, I was going to say, I feel like Clem normally can defend this a lot better. He's going to build a second barracks. SHIN getting a quick Ling speed behind this once again. SHIN has had a couple of moments in these Kung Fu Cups. I think he won one of them. I think he popped off really, really hard in one of them. He's been grinding. Oh. Nice grenade. This Reaper does feel pretty trapped without the grenade. Can he get away? No, he's not able to. Good job right there from SHIN getting the corner on that. Oh, Hellions driving by into the natural. Ling speed not quite done yet, but a decent little splitty. He did actually attack his own queen for a moment, but that was after the Hellions had already decided, no, we're not going all the way in. And SHIN manages to avoid losing even a single drone. A lot of lost mining time. But as long as you don't lose a drone, I think that's still more than okay. SHIN, unfortunately, he did get brutally supply blocked, and he's had a bad habit the last few days of way overbuilding overlords when he gets supply blocked. He actually... He does this again here. It's unfortunate. Oh, a little bit of a bait, but I don't think you want to take this fight. However, SHIN will. Hellions were not super well set up to cover against this. And the reaction time wasn't immediate, so he does lose 3 Marines for 6 Lings. Yeah, I think you're more than okay with that as SHIN, since he already built the Lings. And it's going to significantly disturb this follow-up push. Roach Warren and a layer coming in behind this. Hellions are being kept alive pretty nicely. Don't think of Brood War as hard? That's funny. Brood War just has so many things that make it like a huge challenge to play. SHIN building a lot of Lings right now. A lot of Lings, like way more than just to defend this. I don't know if this is a misread or if he wants to get aggressive, but that actually is really, really bad for him. Clem will lose one or... What was the trade there? Did he really not lose a Marine? Oh, wow. How? That's crazy. Was he juggling the Marines there? It's actually so sick if he was. Does look like SHIN wants to get going with the Roach Speed Carapace play. Once again, the premise of this, the Carapace nullifies the +1 weapons, and the Roaches are just tanky AF. SHIN pumping units now off 66 drones. And, okay, maybe he wants to go for the big counterattack. There is a factory at the 3rd. SHIN could go after that, but I think he just wants to go after the SCVs. Really good positioning on this one Hellion. Outstanding positioning. Meanwhile, Clem going into mines pretty much straight away, which is best case scenario, I think, for SHIN. Yeah, no, 6 mines can be very good against the Lings, but will do very poorly against the Roaches. Even though he's seen the Roaches, Clem has continued to build mines. Nice pullback on these 2 Roaches over here. There we go. There is the Ravager morph. Going to erase the damage on these units. Did he just lose all the Lings? No. Oh, he pulled them back home. Somewhere. Hello? Oh, okay. He pulled them back into, like, his own main. Ooh, Widowmine's going to try and burrow Corrosive Biles. Prevent one mine from firing, I think. But the second one does get an... Wow, actually not a very good shot. This is actually looking very, very scary. No siege tanks makes this super brutal to deal with. But big mine shots kind of not supposed to happen here. It was another reactor. Clem is not respecting these roaches at all. Like, at all. And he might die for it. Got a lot of Marines. Corrosive Biles will find one of the mines. Second one did get a shot off, but the third one got taken out before it could fire as well. Factory is forced to lift. There's still no thought of tank production. Clem does have a lot of Marauders. He's whittled down the front line. There's still a lot of Ravagers here. +1 missile not quite done yet for SHIN. Clem is on the verge of being broken, but he hasn't been yet. Oh, in fact, he's going to get in on top of these units. Ravagers do finish their morphs. Was that an overstep by Clem? It was close. He did get one mine sniped before it could fire. The other one able to get its shot off. Medevacs are very low on HP. These Marauders are expensive to stim. SCV's going to try and pull into this. But I think Clem is just barely getting broken. The Marauders are really, really tanky. Actually, hang on. He might just barely have enough. He stims forward, gets through the Biles, and he will clean this up. Holy guacamole. Jeez. The Medevacs are so out of juice. But he is just barely going to get enough out. SHIN did not have the reinforcements he needed. Man, that was close. But it is a hold for Clem, and now he gets the counterattack. He's been rebuilding SCVs this whole time. I can't believe he just held that without siege tanks. Insane. Oh, Widowmine targeting a Ravager, gets the kill. God, the micro of Clem. Mama la micra. SHIN canceling 2-2. He's going again with pure Roach Ravager. Oh, that's a really brutal mind drag into his own Roaches. Corrosive Biles can theoretically deal with the mines, and he is starting to do so. +2 weapons, though. That's a huge power spike. Clem going to repair up this command center here, as it was getting hit kind of hard. Means less mining time for a little bit. Oh, that Widowmine. Corrosive Biles. God, those Medevacs are getting low on HP. A lot of them have been hit hard by Biles. This is where it becomes really, really difficult. Now the Medevacs are completely out of energy. And this last stim is so hard-hitting. Widowmine does kill a Ravager Cocoon. This is still so Razor's Edge. SHIN has fully committed to the all-in portion of this. He's starting to now get in on top of this SCV line. Widowmines. Oh, one of them gets a big hit on the Roaches. God, Clem is barely holding on. SHIN is mining a lot more at the moment. That one Widowmine actually rearmed during all this. Clem going to try and stim into this army. Is this the right call? It looks like it's okay for him. Corrosive Biles will find another mine. God, this is the closest tug of war. But these mine shots are actually were surprisingly big connections. A couple of Medevacs have been taken out. A lot of them actually going down to the Biles. Clem now having to rebuild them. SHIN, oh my God, he is not clearing up these mines well enough. Does get a decent little bile, I think, on some of the mules there, but Clem is continuing to hold. I use the term by the skin of his teeth a lot, but man, oh man, this has been an insane defense from Clem. SHIN now transferring to a 4th base that he's had for a very long time. Has not droned up this whole time, but he starts up 2-2. Oh my God, the defense. The defense was insane there. Battle went 4 minutes and 49 seconds. Oh, what do we got here? Is that mine drop? It is. The fact that Clem got away with not building siege tanks is a crime that is unforgivable. That is insane that he got away with that. Drilling Claws is now done. 3-2 upgrades are about to complete. And as Clem secures the 4th base, builds the 5th command center. Once his 3-2 kicks in, this game goes from bad for SHIN to maybe unwinnable. Oh, finding these roaches on the bottom side. This was a nice planned counterattack. Unfortunately, it is not going to work out. Now, there's a lot of army supply on the other side. Oh, SHIN running through his own biles, trying to hit the mines. Okay, well, at this point, there's no chance. None whatsoever. SHIN is going to tap out. I mean, the reality is that was probably over after the second attack. But me, oh my, did he ever make it close? Thank you very much, Kaido K, for the Prime resub at 41 months. Clap, 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 clap. Oh, even just moving my left elbow hurts. God damn. Oh, that was a stellar defense. Wish you saw Maru in his prime. He was really good. SHIN should have just committed to killing the orbital. It's hard. It's hard. You have to be so perfect when your opponent is playing as well as Clem is there. But yeah, he wasn't able to make it work. Whereas Clem on the other side, just crazy good defense. Crazy good. All right, spawning down on the bottom right. It is Team Liquid's Clem. Melem. And his opponent spawning up at the top left. It's SHIN. In the blue. There are a few players, I would say, Tekinur, that are kind of like transcendental in their play, where you look at it and you're like, wow, this is something only X player could do. And I feel like they're Dark, Maru, herO, herO. And then I feel like Clem kind of is in his own class, where it's like he's the only one who can do, well, Clem and Rogue maybe are the only ones that can do stuff as fast as they can. Welcome, see me. That is a wild first comment. Very creative. No doubt No doubt about that. You have many like this? Nice. Isn't as elite in well-rounded ways, but he has a cheat code basically being better than anyone else with mouse and keyboard. The mechanics, the mouse accuracy, the speed, the micro, they feel like nothing we've ever seen before. Genuinely. Like, it's pretty cool. And I mean, we saw that on display even with ping to West server. There, he was just so difficult to pin down. And once again, you are not supposed to be able to beat roaches and ravagers with Widow Mines, you know? Like, it's kind of not the Not something that is like accepted as possible, really. But Clem's like, that's okay. I'll do it anyway. It's like, all right. Go, get him. Get him, youngin'. Oh, wow. That was a wild Reaper jump. Couldn't get past the Queen, so it just jumped all the way into the main. Ling speed and a very quick layer. This feels Muta-y. Third hatch will come down. SHIN, once again, a big fan of delayed third hatch 2 base openers. It is going to be Cloak Banshee. 3cc Cloak Banshee. Wow. For the first time in esports history, we've never seen this before, Tasteless. Probably the most common build in Clem's repertoire. For a very long time. Very, very, very long time. Oh, nice snipe on the Reaper here. Baneling Nest starts up. SHIN. Doesn't need that, but he doesn't know it. Now, this is... Hang on. This is not a super standard build. Never mind. He didn't build Hellions. He's made a lot of Marines. What is this, actually? What is this? A lot of Marines, but making Cloak Banshee? I guess he's afraid of roaches? This is very confusing, honestly, to look at. Overseer will see this. And, okay, did he see the third Rax? He did. Looking at that, Oh, he just canceled Cloak. He just canceled Cloak and stopped the second Banshee upon being scouted. That is actually very cool. Because this will still force a ton of spores. Well, I say a ton. It'll force 2 spores, maybe 3. And still might even be able to kill a couple of drones. Already gets 1. Oh, man, my head just started hurting, like, real bad. Oh. SHIN is going to need to get a lot done with these Muta. Oh, nice kill on a Changeling. That's good to get that before it even crosses the map. It's also, like, just an intensely frustrating thing when your opponent just blocks every move instantly. First 2 medevacs are out well before Stim is done, which is just a byproduct of canceling Cloak, I think. Yeah, I really like this setup for Clem. Okay, there we go. He's got missile turrets in the main. Gonna build one in the natural and the third. Delayed them a little bit, but with the Marine count as it is, even without Stim, without 1-1, without shields, you'll still just be able to shove these Mutas away. And, of course, Marines are far more valuable in the mid-game than Hellions. Oof. It's a lot of damage on a Muta. Obviously, they regenerate very quick thanks to the ability they have, which I cannot recall what its name is. Am I well hydrated? Maybe not. Oh, that is a snipe on the first Muta. Very nice kill. Only gets 1 SCV. Does he not have Bane... Oh, no, he does have Bane Speed. Okay. I was going to say, if he doesn't have Bane Speed, this is really, really bad. Mutas can be really good. And specifically, I feel like against Clem, they can be a huge pain. Oh. Hold that thought. I want to drink some water, but the players aren't letting me. There we go. For a second, I thought that was a Widow Mine hidden in the natural, but nope. It is just a Changeling. SHIN, for his part, his upgrades are not that far behind those of Clem's. But there is a timing still. And It is going to be tough for SHIN to... Like, he needs to find a good enough fight that he can afford to go up to Hive and not die to a 3-3 timing. But he also needs to make sure he doesn't die to a 2-2 timing. Another Muta does get sniped there. Changeling spots these Marines. Clem is being very proactive. Oh, first Thor is out, and it has been revealed. Oh, it's going to be a dive on top of the Thor. He will get that for just one Muta, I believe. Okay, that's really, really good. Clem with a bit of mistake right there. Getting kind of out-positioned. SHIN already has 1-1 done. Oh, Clem going to get jumped a little bit here. Nice kill on a couple of Marines. Yeah, killing a Thor even for 2 Mutas would be good. Killing it for just 1? Might have even been for 0. No, it was for 1. It was for 1. Yeah, killing it for 1 is amazing. 300, 200 for the Thor. Oh, nice little hold position play from SHIN. Widowmines do have Drilling Claws. This will be a good attack. Out of SHIN. This is going to force Clem back. He doesn't want to commit on the other side of the map because there is likely to be enough units to defend. Oh, SHIN will... Oh, he will deny that missile, or kill that missile turret. It eventually actually just burned down on its own. Mutas do have +1 attack. Clem, though, is going to hit 2-2. And there is a pretty decent-sized timing for the 2-2 of SHIN completes. Missile, or, sensor tower is going to get taken out here. SHIN is getting in towards 1-1. Oh, God, that door shot on the Mutas. Oh, another one that just popped out. Can he save the Mutas? Mostly yes, and he does snipe the Thor. Oh, no, the rally Muta. Oopsie. Oh, God, there's a Widowmine here. Oh, that's a huge interception for Clem. Oh, and these Mutas are a little bit trapped. Thor going to be able to hunt them down. He might... Yeah, he gets away with 2 Mutas, and that's it. Oh, my... 1 Muta. 20 Mutas going down. Absolutely insane. SHIN successfully... No, don't fight before 2-2 now. I was just going to say he successfully bought time for 2-2. And then starts to take a fight before it's done. I don't know that it's going to matter. This fight is taking place on creep. And SHIN has had an incredible eco advantage this whole time. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, actually a massive counterattack into the natural, into the third. Hang on. Hang on. SHIN might be cooking. 25 SCVs going down. Missile turret in the natural. In the third. Both missile turrets in the natural, in fact. Okay. Okay, SHIN. And now he is going to chase down some of these Widowmines. Now, here's the problem. 3-3. SHIN just started up +3 Carapace for his ground. He is enjoying a very significant eco lead. Clem on just 58 SCVs. These kind of scrappy games where it goes off script. I feel like this is where Clem can tend to struggle. Oh. Widowmine does get a big hit on the Mutas. But it still only kills one of them and maybe a couple of lings from the splash. Good escape there from Clem. SHIN's creep has been heavily pushed back. And there we go. I was going to say this little smattering in the middle will be a problem if it gets cleaned up. And it does. Clem back up to 62 SCVs. Widowmines. Oh, nice little hits. Help deal with this counterattack very easily. Might have killed one SCV. I'm not even sure if it did. This has got to be the next timing here for Clem. 3-3 completing now in the next 10 seconds or so. Oh, but if SHIN can find a decent bit of army on its own before that 3-3 completes, that's nice. Good hot pickup, though, on the Thor. Oh, I thought that Widow Mine was going to connect, but it was the Thor's Javelin missiles. SHIN has pretty solid creep spread, especially considering the amount that Clem has kind of pushed it back. Not a crazy amount, but enough. Oh, Clem going to do a little bit of split pushing. Changelings on the right side. We are seeing SHIN getting set up for a huge Ling Bane blast into the planetary. There's one Widow Mine, but it is behind the mineral line. And SHIN is going to be able to blast that planetary down. Clem losing 14 SCVs. Baneling's coming back home from the rear. He will lose this base, but SHIN might be able to just clean up everything. There's the army rotating over. +3 Carapace has now completed for SHIN, so the upgrades are a lot closer to parity. And +3 melee very soon after. Clem having a bit of a medevac energy crisis. No, he's still got a little bit of energy. It's not too bad. Funnily enough, sending the 3 low energy medevacs over to the drop on the left. Oh, SHIN. Looking for another drive-by into the natural. There is no wall here, but it gets built last second. This triple drop on the bottom left could have been dealt with by the Lings and Mutas, but now most of the Lings have gone down, which means the Mutas have to fight this with 1-1. Not a lot of Marines, so he's able to do it initially, but going to lose the bottom left base. This one in the top middle has been rebuilt. Clem is back up to an orbital command over here. Oh my god, that mine. This mine getting 36 kills in total. That actually just almost single-handedly defended the initial wave. But here we go with the Ultras. They've got chitinous plating. They're about to have the anabolic synthesis speed off creep. SHIN does still have a little bit of a bank. Lings and Banes looking for some connections here. Bane's going to soak up a lot of damage from the Thors while the Ultras chew through them. And the Bane's actually doing decently against the Marauders. All the Thors go down, and SHIN has done it. Clem's army has been fully cleaned up or forced into medevacs. While SHIN still has a solid bank, 5 more Ultras in production. Widowmine friendly firing on the SCVs, but not going to kill them. And that should be a save on this base. SHIN does not want... Well, actually, maybe he does want to keep fighting. Oh, the SCVs are getting cooked. And the planetary dies. Wowie zowie. SHIN takes the game right here and now. Oh, man. The Mutaling Bane. He's bringing it back, baby. He's bringing it and sexy back. Damn. It's a good series. It's a great series. Both of them winning with ping disadvantage, which is a crazy thing to me. Yeah, SHIN has been really, really in a in impressive form. All right, minute of ads real quick. Lately, you've been following every SA or B tier tourney for a couple months now? Nice. TVZ versus Beyond. That would be fun. That would be pretty fun. Cure did go down to herO, so it's herO and Classic on the other side of the bracket. Meanwhile, Beyond and Zoun seem to be still battling it out. Is that correct? Yes, they are at 1-1. Quick peek in on the status of that game, of that series. Does look like it's pretty darn even in game 3. Well, I guess Zoun on 6 bases is a pretty big problem. I'm going to switch off cam for now while in game. Gotta drink some more water. Spawning up at the top right, it is Clem. Malem in the red. And his opponent with some very impressive play there. It is SHIN in the blue. That was expertly done. There is so much to do when you're playing Mutaling Bane. It is a very mechanically demanding style. If you can pull it off, it's extremely strong. No doubt about it. You're in ruins, Ellie. That's funny. $121 drones. 121 guns and brooches. Koreans are genetically gifted. That's a funny one. I will say I think they're socially gifted. I think the societal pressures and kind of norms in Korean culture make pro gaming very appealing. Or not very appealing. They're very good at it. The grind set mentality with a game that has such incredibly high mechanical demand. I feel like it's already hard to take a third as a Zerg or hold a fourth. In ZvT or ZvP? Damn. Support them for 6 months while they try to go pro. That's actually kind of... That's kind of crazy. 6 months is such a short amount of time. I wonder what they considered pro. To be fair, like... It had to have been so brutal for the players that didn't make it. But, like, if you made it to a B team, would they have considered that pro? 100,000 fans, insane experience, $40 tickets. They just played more. And the infrastructure was far, far better in South Korea for it. Like, far, far, far better. Quality of practice. Like, you can't go very far if the quality of practice you are getting is just bad. Super strict and high competition for a kid to do that? Yeah. Oh, nice creep spread here. Very quick carapace coming in from SHIN. I'm a big fan of the fast Evo against this kind of thing out of Clem. Clem is not going to be doing the Hellbat version of this. You can do the Hellbat version of this. And if you do, then it's actually quite tough to deal with when you go fast carapace because you're cutting Bane speed and you're cutting Banes for a while. But this can be quite good against the fast Marine drop. Obviously, you're not going to have the carapace right away, but actually, it's... Hang on, it's so fast, he might have it in time for this first push out. Yeah, he pretty much will, actually. This gets onto the map around 5:30, 5:40. So he will actually have this in time. Always nice when a plan comes together. Overlord obviously getting killed at the natural is a nuisance. This is some really nice creep spread. Just the fact that it's kind of like full coverage here in the main. Fourth base. Oh. Yeah, the Carapace is so nice. And it's a pretty good fight for SHIN to start off. 5 Lings for 5 Marines. That's a great fight, actually. And a lot of damage on one of those first 2 metabacks. Meanwhile, 1-2 upgrades now start up. Bane speed as well. I am liking this a hell of a lot for SHIN. He's always had good game plans, but sometimes the execution has struggled a little bit. This game, though, not a problem. This series, just in recent history. 67 drones here for SHIN. He's getting up to a 4th base. Does need a 5th pretty soon. It is going to be Hydras this time. Oh, target fire on the 1 medevac would be nice, but of course Clem keeping it very well positioned. And he loads up into the high HP medevac. That's a good choice there from Clem. You might say, he's just loading up into a medevac. I've seen it consistently enough from Clem that he is doing... He has to be doing it consciously. Like, I don't believe that he's not. The counterattack on the 3rd is going to get in here and will find a lot of lost mining time at the very least. Could go after this 3rd or 2nd factory, and he's going to do exactly that. It will not be canceled. Does complete. 5 SCVs go down. Meanwhile, Bane speed is done. 1-1 about to complete for Clem. He's got combat shields. SHIN's got to be careful. Definitely wants to wait until that +1 melee is done at the very least. Clem trading pretty nicely, and SHIN has not droned up in a while. So he actually does kind of need to get a good fight here. Scan on the bottom side, looking for this base. Oh, SCVs! Big Bane run by at the 3rd. 18 SCVs go down, and now Clem kind of needs to kill this 4th, but he will. He will kill it. Fortunately for SHIN, there's another base on the kind of middle position. Clem is going to be able to find... Oh, he finds a couple of Hydras. 1, 2? Just 1. Still, that's kind of nice. Hydras are not cheap. Expansive units. We could see +2 melee coming in for SHIN. There we go. He does exactly that. Clem is pretty late to start his 2-2. And he did take a lot of damage there. Bane run by does get spotted this time. And Clem was quick on the SCV pull this time. Even shift-clicking the units away. Oh, there are siege tanks now added in. Drilling Claws completing in a moment. SHIN, oh, he's going to have to deal with this double drop in the main. There's no Spore, there's no units. This is looking very, very bad for SHIN. He's got a big counterattack on the other side of the map, but there is a high ground tank. It's not going to protect all these SCVs. 13 of them do go down, but Clem is pressing this rebuilt 4th, or not rebuilt, but just the base that became the 4th ultimately. SHIN cannot lose this. He's going to give it up, though. That's not an option, unfortunately. Especially with a 4th base done and landed for Clem. Now morphing into a planetary. There is something to be said for don't take a bad fight. But you have to defend your bases. Clem, though, I mean, there's a reason we consider him a monster in this matchup. It is because he basically just doesn't... okay, well, just as I was... Wow. I didn't even get a chance to complete the sentence before I cast or cursed Clem. I was going to say he just doesn't take bad fights. That's a bad fight right there. No doubt about it. But he's still far enough ahead. And now 2-2 is going to complete for Clement. +2 melee will complete in a moment. 2-2 did complete already. The Bane's getting sniperinoed. Only one of them even splashes a Widow Mine. Doesn't even kill it. And Clem, he has got this one in the bag at this point. It's a 25 army supply advantage. We may see this particular army get slowly pushed back. But I think the next wave of reinforcements is likely to break SHIN. Nope, he doesn't even need it. GG. Well done right there by Clem. Very well done by Clem. God, it is so hard to beat him. It is so, so difficult. Clicking Banes is crazy. Yeah, he does it so often, too. He makes it look like it's a normal thing. Like, he makes it look legitimately normal. And it is so not normal. Semis one after the other, right? I would assume so. Did Classic and herO already start? Nope, not yet. Hydrate. Yep. We gotta hydrate. Oh. Damn, herO 2-0 cure? Yeah. What if Clem goes random and herO goes Terran? That would be kind of fun. Oh. Smooth the voice box out a bit. Always a handy thing. All right, herO versus Classic here. This isn't best of 5 semis, is it? No, it's best of 3 until grands. Okay, we're going to be starting off on Old Republic. You know what? I like a bit of PvP once in a while. I do. I enjoy it. A little bit of Clown Fiesta. Clown Fiesta in your coffee, you know? In this PV, best of 3 PvP. Just getting the prediction going. Oh, why did I... What? Wait for printer connection? No. I'm not trying... Oh, I thought I control P'd. Okay, that makes more sense. I do not need to print. Oh, my tummy's a little bit in the pains. PvP is the best matchup. You know what I love about freedom of speech? You're allowed to think that. It's good. It's good. You're allowed to feel that way. Spawning down in the bottom left. It is herO for T1. Spawning up in the top right, it's Classic for Virtus Pro. It's important that people are able to express their opinions. Oh, honestly, actually, yeah. If you watch just herO PvPs, PvP looks like the sickest matchup. It actually looks so good if you just watch herO PvPs. I will say, when it's... I actually do miss PvP when it's a normally frequent matchup. The main reason that I'm like... I actually am just like, God, PvP. Ugh. It's because there have been so many times where I would cast tournaments, and it's not as bad now as it used to be, especially with tournaments like this, where you have like at least one really good Zerg player showing up in the form of SHIN, for example. And we got to see a lot of ZvT. Actually, we got 2 ZvTs today. Yeah. But it's where like I might cast, let's say, 8 best of 3s in a day, and 5 of them would be PvP. That is like, that's a lot. That's a lot. By the way, Classic scouting the proxy robo. It is a 1-gate expand. This is actually going to be really, really tough right here for Classic to deal with because he loses this early Zealot. That shield battery is pretty far forward. We do have an Oracle being made. Okay. Did herO see this? But yeah, herO is an absolute madman, and he makes PvP very exciting. He did scout the Stargate. The interesting thing right here is that the Oracle can actually fight the Stalker and Adept. Warp Gate not yet done. Oh, there's the second Stalker. He's going to lift up, go past this into the main. There are 2 Stalkers at home that will be able to deal with this. Probe's going to have to pull. Oh, little miss micro right there from SHIN. Or pardon me, from herO. Wow. Blip. I do believe Classic killed 1 probe. No, he didn't. He didn't even kill a probe. Why is there a probe not mining then on that 1 gas? God, this is hard to observe. Because I have to like jump to other locations very quickly. And to say my mouse accuracy is not great would already be true for my main hand. For my offhand, it's very bad. The fact that Classic does deal with this. Oh, stasis. Oh, herO. That was almost a total disaster. That's a slow warp pylon, by the way, I think. Maybe? Classic dropping another... oh, no, he wanted to. He wanted to drop another stasis. I mean, forcing lost mining time is actually really, really good. herO has to win the game here. Guardian Shield is going to help a lot against this, but with no... Ooh, very nice pullback there from Classic on the 1 Stalker that was being targeted. Void Rays have prismatic alignments. Good job forcing the units out of the main, and he gets the Prism Snipe. That's probably game. That's got to be game. Oh, nice force field on the ramp. Unfortunately, Sentry dies. Even as he kills a Void Ray, it's not enough. herO will have to rebuild the Prism. Huge snipe. Huge snipe on that Prism. Oh. Guardian shielded Sentry. Getting stasis trapped after the Oracle tried to hunt it down. Fun fact, a lot of people don't know this. You do not generate extra energy while you're stasis trapped. But spell or abilities that are cast on your units will expire in that time frame. 1 Void Ray will get taken out, but he forces back the Prism again. And the shield battery is keeping the Void Rays alive. However, Classic went very, very deep for the snipe on the Prism. Then he does lose 2 Voids. The thing is, I think he's still just fine. Oh, nice revelation. Kills the Observer. Is there still a chance for herO? I mean, technically, yes. Classic should be able to hold, though, as long as he doesn't miss micro. Snipe on one of the Stalkers. Prismatic alignment did get baited out. Good Prism micro there. Good juggling on the tail end from herO. What is the Stalker count? He's got enough to one-shot a Void if he gets every Stalker in range. The problem is getting every stalker in range. Classic has so many stalkers of his own. He's gone into a more gateway unit focus behind all this. Yeah, he's not able to get every Void Ray or every stalker in range, and the one Void Ray does get saved. Oracle in the main. Oh, prismatic alignment. Nice save from herO, but still a lot of damage on that one stalker. Void Rays are obviously insanely good at killing stalkers. There is Guardian Shield or Force Field available. It's going to be the Guardian Shield. That helps a lot against the Void Ray's tick damage. Juggle, not able to save that one stalker. There is the snipe attempt on the Prism. He won't get it. Prismatic alignment, though, wailing away from the Void Rays this whole time. The thick beam. herO is still very close to actually breaking through, and he has gained an army supply advantage as well as position on the natural. He's got to be careful about the stasis trap, though. He doesn't know about it. Now he does. That is a game-winning stasis if ever there was one. Void Rays hunting the Prism. These units are going to wake back up, but the best case scenario is they actually make it into the second stasis. But they actually get split, which is the worst case. That is going to be GG 100%. Oh, another stasis even caught 3 more stalkers. Classic back up to 3 voids. Now, yeah, he can go onto the map and hunt this. And he knows exactly that. GG. Classic defends the proxy robo. How is he making it close? That is always the question. What did Mia just get up to there? Mia Cat. Mia Cat getting up to something cheeky. They nerfed Max Packs in PvP. Before that, he was better than Classic. Yeah. Now, I wonder, though... Because he was... It was the one gate expand that he could do better than anyone else. Like, he could always defend 100% of the time. Which is crazy, by the way. Like, that's insane. Hero versus anyone is the best matchup. It's really fun. He is so fun to watch. All right, here we go. Spawning down in the bottom left, it is herO. In the blue. And his opponent spawning up at the top right, it is Classic. In the red. Oh. herO's super good at this map. I think herO's just really good in general. He's just really, really good in general. Even with Classic scouting that very early and getting himself into a good position, that was still quite scary. I may switch to watching another observer for now. I know I've only been streaming for a little while, but obviously, yeah, surgery does take a lot out of me, and I'm a little bit the worse for wear. And we've got a lot of peeps to choose from, so. I think Into the Inu is very good at observing, from my understanding. I don't know that I've ever followed him. I think my observing is good. Thank you. I'm just, yeah, a little tired. Oh, it takes a bit of mental focus. And since I can, you know, leave it in trusted hands. Minimap is the biggest help to observers. Yes. But it is also super important to understand, like, what you're looking at. Like, there are definitely times where even when I'm observing with my main hand, I let myself get distracted from, like, what I should be looking at. Oh, tried to build a shield battery. Didn't have the cash. And the probe does escape, which means he gets to see it as a 1-unit expand. Technically, you could argue it's a 0-unit expand. Now, herO is a wild card. Because normally you look at this and you're like, I can macro as the opponent. That's not always a given. Sometimes herO will, like, go 4 gates, and this is almost a fake Nexus. Similar to what MC used to do way back in the day. Now, Classic is going to expand. It is 4 Stalkers before expansion. So herO's got to be a little bit careful. He did go for the quick robo. Oh. You do not want to lose that pylon, obviously. The fact that he didn't build a shield... Oh, he drops Guardian Shield. Okay. Well, forcing that out early is quite good. Yeah. herO will need to energy recharge if he wants a second Guardian Shield in time for this next little push. He's going to Chrono instead. I like that. I actually like that a lot. This is scary. Classic will kill one of these Stalkers. herO, there's the Guardian Shield. He's losing a lot, though. I actually don't know who wins this fight right here. But... yeah, with the mobility advantage, Classic Stalkers absolutely do. Well done. That's really big. Killing 3 Stalkers in a Sentry for just 2 of your own. herO got punished for not having a shield battery. But he does still come out of this with a small lead. Now, I don't think Classic knew that there was a... No, he didn't know that there was a robo. Otherwise, I don't think you're going to go DT Shrine. And especially after killing... Oh, that's pretty nice. That is a really nice shade into the main base. herO is looking for a move out. The probe surround. Oh, preventing the Adept from getting into the pocket is huge. But it still gets in there. He cuts his way into a really nice position. Good probe micro. But Classic is now so far ahead in workers. herO's going to have an observer out. Oh my god, he has to pull probes at the natural too. herO does fortunately get the kill on this. Force fields, other side of the map, are good defensively. Probe's going to have to pull. herO needs to kill so much. Prism is in danger. It gets taken down. Massive kill, and now there's nothing to save the Immortals here. There was some good micro there from herO with the Immortal, and a Guardian Shield helped a lot. herO actually comes out of this ahead in workers again. Okay. Well. Okay. That was still a successful attack from herO. He loses a lot, but as long as he doesn't lose to these DTs straight up, which he shouldn't, he's got an oh, no, he's... Oh, my God, okay. Oh, there's no way he sees the Shimmer, right? He does have a recall available. This is going to hurt. I'm taking back over on the observing. Oh, he's chronoing another Immortal. We need to see these Adepts get huge damage and the Observer get recalled very quickly. Oh, he cancels the Immortal to build an Observer. Okay. Does not want to waste time with the recall, it would seem. Only 4 probes going down so far. 6 and an Adept. Meanwhile, Prism in the main base. Good job with the blink on top of that. DT up to 9 kills before it gets cleaned up. Oh, Classic even going to chase down these two Adepts. Excellent job right here from Classic. It's crazy that if the DTs had just been kind of spotted, or another observer had been made, herO would have actually still been in a good spot, even after all that early damage he took. But as it is, he doesn't think he can hold on, and I agree with him. GG. Well done by Classic. Yeah, it was close in army supply, but Blink Stalkers versus Adepts without glaives, even Adepts with glaives, it's not going to be a really fair fight. And that will be a victory for Classico. And he moves on to the finals, where he will go up against the winner of this next match, Zoun and Clem. Zoun's not in the form he once was, but he's legit. Yeah, he had a pretty sick series versus Clem actually at Stellarfest. Stellarfest 1. Which would imply that there's going to be a Stellarfest 2. herO is, for the first time in a while, going to be not winning. Well, first time in a while? Yeah, actually, first time in a while. Is not going to be winning more than 50% of the Kung Fu Cup weeklies. The last time that was true was before this. He has won at least 50% of the Kung Fu Cup weeklies going back to the 4th week. He has won more than 50% of them going back to the end of the 7th week. Yeah, because this was 4 out of 7, then 5 out of 8, then 5 out of 9, then 6 out of 10, 6 out of 11. Now it's 6 out of 12. At any given time, there have only been 2 weeks where herO has not won at least 50% of the Kung Fu Cups, and that's after week 1 and after week 3. That's crazy. That is actually crazy. I know I use the term "that's crazy" often, but, you know, it is. All right, minute and a half of... well, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes of ads. That's because he's the main character, the hero of the story. There it is. And who has a better hero? Story? What? Who has a better story? Then herO. The herO. Larry Bird going to join SC2, become Larry Legend in SC2? How crazy would that be if that was just Larry SC2 and that was Larry Bird this whole time? 2v2 extraordinaire. Healing up with lots of frozen pizzas and Canadian salads. I actually don't eat pizza. I don't eat pizza anymore. I find that it just bogs me down too much. I just feel crummy. I feel crummy if I eat too much pizza. A little too crummy. Oh. Forgot to start a Predizione. Win this best of 3 TVP. Oh. Somebody just lagged a little bit for half a second, but hopefully it's all Gouda. And an ICU worker in Halifax. Hey, very cool. We're closely with sick kids in a hospital in Toronto. Oh, wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. That is noble work you were doing. I was at North York General just recently to get my arm put back together.
Game paused.
Oh. Mouse issue. Now we know what the number is. So that... Oh. Oh. Well. You hold the twin views that Protoss is too strong right now and herO is clearly playing better than everyone, has improved a lot. Yeah. I would agree with both of those things. I would agree with both of those things. I would say he's clearly playing better than everyone that isn't named SERL. I think SERL is absolutely able to go toe-to-toe with him, but I think he is playing better. I think every game that he's winning, he's playing better than his opponent. And I think that that's usually the case at the very top level. But I will say, and this is going to feel like hate on Classic, but I actually don't mean it to be. I will say there are quite a few games I've seen between Clem and Classic where it doesn't feel like Clem or Classic is playing better than Clem, but he wins anyways. But I feel like when I see at least the vast majority of the games between Clem and herO, where herO wins it, it's because herO played better. I think there are... And Clem's gotten a lot of crap for, like, being, you know, frustrated recently. And I don't think that's particularly fair. I think that's particularly unfair, to be honest. herO's a Protoss that won when no other Protoss could. Honestly, for me, that's not even like the... That's not even the crux of it. It's how he wins. He wins in a way that is like... It's so not dependent on racial balance. Similar to SERL, similar to Maru, similar to Dark. And that's why I have those players in like a class of their own. And that's why I can't put Classic as the best Protoss. To me, it like doesn't... It's like an irrelevant point, individual results. It's Classic is an incredibly good player. Transcends the standard. Exactly. Exactly. Zoun had to change mouse. That sucks. All right, here we go. Spawning up at the top left. It is Zoun for Onside Gaming. And his opponent spawning down on the bottom right. It is Team Liquid's Clem. Malem. In the red. Oh, and he's proxy 2-raxing. Oh, we're proxy 2-rax maraudering. Okay. Well. That is a very fortunate scout. That is a very, very, very fortunate scout. Classic is very smart to me. Hey, I think Classic is an incredibly skilled player. Incredibly skilled player. But I think and I think that he's like he's done some things that are very, very, very genuinely impressive. I just can't put him in that same tier of player. Oh, that's a big kill right there, getting the SCV. This is obviously a super good situation right now for Zoun. I like what Clem has done here, canceling the second barracks and going for a proxy Reaper instead. But this is still such a bad situation for him. He needs to kill like 4 workers to make this playable. Maybe 3. I think 1 is not enough. I think 1 is not close to enough, to be frank. Obviously, Zoun did delay his Nexus a decent bit, actually. But Clem, you know, lost an SCV. A lot of lost mining time early on. So good at turning early disadvantages around. Absolutely. But this is a big one. This is a big early disadvantage. Stalker will arrive very shortly. Gotta be careful with that Reaper, of course. Would a Mine pops out. Oh, he takes the shot on that Reaper right there. That interrupts the healing. Still, that allows the Widowmine to reburrow, and that will give him full dominion over the ramp and allow him to repair this without a problem. Oh, second Reaper. He didn't expect the second Reaper. Oh, that's huge. Clem will get 3 workers now on the other side of the map. Zoun was not at all prepared for this. That's gigantic, actually. And he's going to force a recall. Oh, God, that sucks so much for Zoun. You scout the early proxy. He even gets another probe. How he clicked that is beyond me. There was like 4 units that were all kind of sharing a wireframe with the probe. And he still managed to click accurately. I mean, I shouldn't be impressed, or I shouldn't be surprised by it anymore, but I still am. Seemed like Classic was the only toss who managed to figure out how to deal with Terran 2-base all in without going 3-base himself. That is very worker split coded. Yeah. Yeah. No, Clem would be a monster in Brood War. He would be an absolute monster because you can just out-execute opponents and just straight up win with that. Wouldn't mind dropping the natural, gets 2 probes. There's a 3rd one coming into the main. There's going to be a lot. Oh, no! Zoun! Oh, no. Well, that is a disaster for Zoun. You just GG. Just GG. Don't waste your time. Don't waste everyone else's time. Don't waste your mental bandwidth. Just tap out. That's normally I don't tell players to do that, but that's a GG mine. You just accept that. You just accept that you got forked and it's over. I'm okay with him counterattacking with the Blink Stalkers. He's got Blink. He's got 3 gates. He's got a Prism. Maybe he can find some magic. But when you're down 7 SCVs against a Terran at this stage of the game, well, not a whole lot you can do, is there? He does actually have a lot of Stalkers. Okay, yeah, he's just going all in with this. That's the correct call. Bringing every unit. He will blink in. He will snipe the first tank. Second tank does pop out. Prism goes down immediately. Okay. I actually like that he went for this. Just grabbed every unit he had and just, you know, maybe I can catch Clem unprepared. Maybe his third tank isn't out. Maybe, you know, everything's okay. If we don't GG out now, though, that's a little insane. Okay, there we go. GG. Yeah. There's one of those turning around disadvantage moments. I mean, I suppose, but that one more so than anything was just Zoun absolutely blundering. Those kind of mine shots should never happen at the pro level. Like, they just shouldn't. Yeah, exactly, Kindle Cloud Reader. I literally that verbatim. Yeah, that just should not ever happen. The thing is, like, it absolutely can. Some tasteless casting trying to predict the GG timing. I've done that forever. I've always done that. That's probably one of my bigger flaws as a caster, honestly, is I do that. Just having to fall in it. No, for sure. Hey, absolutely. It's I would never say in Clem's situation he should just GG out. I think it's more like it's a really tough position he was in. But that's the thing. You play the game out because stuff can happen. And that's kind of why Zoun went for the counterattack. That's because, like, let's say Clem got supply blocked and, yeah, made, like, a huge mistake. Didn't have the third tank out or something. Or for whatever reason, he's just not well prepared. Then all of a sudden, Zoun, maybe he gets a cheeky win right then and there. He did the best thing he could in that situation. Yeah. All right, here we go. Spawning down in the bottom left. It is Zoun for Onside Gaming. And his opponent winning that one with the mine shot of mine shots. It is Team Liquid's Clem. Melem. I'm not going to pretend like I wouldn't lose all the probes to a mine shot. By the way, we've got an engineering bay block. And Zoun's probe scouts. Hokey dokey. They have been pretty darn fortunate, haven't they? But that's the thing. You can't actually stop the engineering bay from still being built. Oh, he's just not going to go for it, though. Hello? Zoun. Okay, well, Clem. Huh, that's okay. Clem did go gas first, which makes it somewhat surprising that he's done this. That is something I appreciate about herO. He isn't bad-mannered about quitting late, but he tries it to the end. Yeah, no, for sure. I don't think it was bad-mannered, by the way, to be clear, to stick around in that game. Oh, my God. Is Zoun actually... Oh, he almost spotted what is now going to be a proxy starport. Wow. That was really, really close. This is going to be a proxy starport Hellion drop by ZvT. It's crazy because with a gas first, you can do this all off one gas. Zoun had the right idea. He just didn't have the scout. But it was so close. And it is still so close. He actually... You can see this from the main base, by the way. I am 90% sure if you get the Adept right to this corner, you will spot this. Oh, he's now going for his own proxy. He's building a second gate. This is going to be a proxy third gate, almost assuredly. So this is weird because this could find a kill on the other side of the map because of how much Clem is investing into this. 4 Hellions. A proxied starport. This is going to be scary. Proxy starport and obviously a medevac. Ooh. SCV and probe do cross each other. Now, here's the interesting thing. If the Hellion drop gets in here and gets Oh, the probe spot. Okay. Okay. Well, that's very good for Zoun. It's going to allow him to be prepared for this. Clem, I like the idea here, but Zoun anticipates it. Clem will find big damage. Nice probes around, actually. 7 probes going down. Not that bad so far. There's still 3 Hellions alive, though. Oh, the first shot is not actually great. Only 10 probes go down. Can he get the medevac? He will get it. Clem looked like he was maybe going to be able to save that. Zoun is going up to a 4th gate. A Robo and Blink. But it looks like perhaps he is not going to commit to the actual aggression. Okay, he just didn't have the warp-ins available, I suppose. Would have expected them to come in a little bit earlier. Obviously, killing the starport would be amazing, but there is an opportunity for a lot more from Zoun right now. Clem did get a lot of damage, so Zoun needs to find some value. Oh, you got to pre-repair this tank. He's going to blink. No, he doesn't have blink. What am I saying? He's not going to blink it on top of it because he can't, but there's no repair on the depot or on the bunker. Very good positioning on these Adepts. Nice mineral walk through the side here. Adepts will go down, but they get 4 SCVs, a lot of lost mining time, including mules that weren't mining for a decent bit of time there. Oh, that one mule fortunately able to get its last trip. Now, the fact that the tanks survive... Oh, nice depot lift there. The fact that the tanks survive is big. Zoun behind this is building a Robo Bay on 2 bases before taking the 3rd Nexus. Clem, obviously, very good that he saved the starport. He's not using it just yet. Observer being put into its siege mode. Reveals itself in exchange for additional vision. Zoun likes to defensively all in. He does that, yeah. And I personally am not a big fan. I think sometimes it can be really good. Is it just me, or is this observer cloaked still? It looked like it was. No, I guess not. Clem gonna move out here. Well, in this case, having the Colossus out first is going to be very nice. Good snipe on a Marine. Nice blinky back. The 3 Adepts are a very effective counterattack tool. Clem is going to pull the SCVs. He's going with Stim and Combat Shields. This is going to be really, really strong. But the Colossus are going to be really good against this. Oh. Adepts shade forward on top of these Marines and the Marauder that just popped out. Fortunately, Marauder getting a lot of tanking. Tank does get saved. SCVs will pull into this. 1 tank very low on HP, but the Colossus is too far forward. It gets taken out. Nothing to protect it, and now there's 3 tanks on top of the natural. That Robo is dead. He doesn't even bother trying to build a unit out of it because he can't. Oh, the fact that he didn't snipe the tanks is a huge deal. And the fact that he lost the Colossus is an even bigger deal. Zoun is going to get cooked here. Force fields are irrelevant. Even the probes trying to pull into the tightest choke of their life. Clem. He is moving on to the grand finals where he will face off against Classic. Very sharp push out of Clem. Force field on the ramp does not help you, Zoun. That just gives him a free kill on your third. It was already a free kill, I think, on the third, but... you gave him a free rotate there at the very least. I mean, Zoun's dead anyways. It doesn't really matter. I just think it's kind of funny to be like, ha, now you can't come in. When Clem's like, okay. Like it feels like the equivalent of, like a neighbor seeing their next door neighbor get robbed. And like having like a shotgun pointed at the door. And then while the person is like sacking and looting the house next door, they start going to the house further away. And so then that guy walks up to the front door and locks their front door. And it's like, oh, okay, I guess. But like, I don't think they were interested in your house anyways. Maybe Sparkle Boys. It's just, honestly, it's like, it's not that big of a deal, and I'm definitely reading into it more than is necessary. And it's like not even that bad of a play. It's just, it's a very funny play in my head. I think of it and I'm like, oh, that's... It kind of tickles my brain in a way that it's like, 100% confusion, 100% tactical. Nice. I always like to kind of try and get in the head of like what the players are thinking at X moment. Bum, 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 bum. All right, we got to run 3 minutes of ads. Maybe Zoun was getting robbed in real life. Maybe. That is kind of crazy that he scouted the proxy like basically twice. Clip it. Clip. Wait, what? Mer? I don't even know what I said at this point. Welcome, Montian. Clem juice in your eye. Oh, wow. Oh, I got Clem juice in my eye. Oh, God. I will say that was a dastardly strong push. Top 3 USA player at one point has a criminal record for robbing other Brood War players in real life. Oh my God. Jeez. Dastardly is such a good word. Dastardly deeds. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Okay. Dirty deeds done dirt. Yeah. So, I've been like many people. I've you know, went down the JoJo rabbit hole a little bit, and one of the characters, yeah, I think their stand is short for D4C. And the stand name is Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. But I kept thinking it was Dirty Deeds Done Cheap. And I was like, why is it D4C? I can't remember what the second D is. Or fourth D. Completely random topic, but random thought. But that's where we are. Pop out the full-size webcam. All right, here we go. Now I'm looming. Spawning down on the bottom left is Team Liquid's Clem. Melem. And his opponent spawning up the top left. It is Classic with a very early probe scout for Virtus Pro. I do just love harassing with an early probe, like the idea of it. You get to be such a jerk. The jerk store called. They're all out of you. Fairly odd blunder losing that Colossus. It does have extended, it doesn't have extended thermal land, so it's actually very difficult to keep it alive. I would actually say the bigger mistake was not sniping the one tank he went for. Those tank pushes, I mean, they're, especially when you get an early Colossus out like that and you've got quick charge, the most valuable thing you can do is sniping tanks. He talked wild online and threatened people too. He was a legit menace, but also very good. That's crazy. That's actually crazy that he had a criminal record from, like, oh, wow. How did that SCV... That SCV wound up for the attack. Wow. I love using unit selection to change what's being followed. Oh. Filthy act done at a reasonable price is the best one. That's a pretty good one. 90s Simpsons, baby. Unsavory behavior for a small sum of money. Bad stuff for $1. Actions that are considered to be unpleasant, actively executed for a minimal amounts of currency. Bad stuff for $1 is absolutely phenomenal. Ancient meme. That is old school, isn't it? Reaper. Able to save. Well, actually, he just cycled out the one SCV. It was, this was a well-timed entrance, because if it wasn't a second Reaper, well, it would have been a lot worse. It's going to be 3 Reaper, 2 Hellion, an early 5-unit opener. Very important, I think, to keep the next set of units hidden. You don't want to show this to the Adepts. Unless you're showing them to kill them. That's very, very bad for Clem. Very good for Classic. There's now an extremely good chance he gets away with both of these Adepts. Oh, behind. It's actually going to be 3 Adepts now. Classic shading forward. Weird target fire. He shoots the Hellion first and then the Reapers. Classic with some very, very bizarre target firing here, but oh my god, never mind. Never mind, that goes very well for him. Okay. I was kind of assuming Clem would be able to save this. Wow, he snipes an SCV. Jesus. Okay, at least he kills the first 3 Adepts, but wow, that is really, really good value for Classic. Like, extremely good value. It's going to be a mine drop behind this. It's crazy you can open up double gas and still lose to Adepts. Yeah, kind of. I will say Classic did out-micro Clem a little bit there, I think. Oh, Shield Battery was not able to save that one probe. I thought it was going to get back in range. That's kind of cute from Clem. After seeing the very, very early probe pull, he immediately swaps to the main without even dropping out a mine. Because you've kind of already achieved your objective by forcing the probe pull. Oh, that's a bold probe pull. Good job right there from Classic. That was scary. But he didn't get hit with the Zoun moment. Meanwhile, Clem actually escapes. We almost never see this where you escape with an actual Widow Mine. Oh, blink forward. Good job from Classic there. Clem. Oh, no way! No way he just escaped with that. Yo, that's so sick. Oh, Classic is in hot pursuit, though. Oh, he's still going to get it. Ah, he could have put it on the high ground right here. Wait, unless? Oh, my God. He actually might still escape. Oh. Oh. I thought that might not have been enough time, and he might have gotten a kill on the Stalker. Clem does escape with the medevac. All right. That early medevac is so valuable, by the way. Look at the army supplies right now. Oh, my God. Clem is just powering units. 38 army supply to 10. Classic doing... Why is he floating 450 gas? He's gone up to 53 probes. Damn, Clem is on point with the macro right now. Stim is done, by the way. Classic did not see this attack coming one bit, and he is going to die to it. I am certain of that. Blink forward snipes one tank, but he will lose everything. And even if he gets the Colossus out at this point, there are too many units. And he's not going to get that Colossus out. It will fall. Clem. Oh, that was hot, hot, hot. God, that timing was absolutely bonkers out of Clem. It's funny, I kind of like didn't look at the supplies. The medevac ended up being a distraction, and a brilliant one at that. Clem looks sharp today. He looks sharp and dialed in, locked in. And Classic just got absolutely blasted there. The thing is, Classic's ready for a push that hits even 20 seconds later. Maybe even just 15 seconds later. The macro behind that was immaculate. Yes. That feels like one of the things that maybe only Clem can do. Like, how clean that was. That was actually so impressive to me. Maru pretty good some days? Yeah. Yeah. But I feel like in terms of timings there, that was I usually don't geek out about like timing. Actually, no, I geek out a fair bit about timing attacks, but like that one, that's a head turner right there. All right, here we go. Spawning down in the bottom right. It is Team Liquid's Clem. Melem. And his opponent spawning up the top left. It is Classic. In red. Or Virtus Pro with another very quick probe scout. Yeah, Classic did get absolutely massively distracted by that medevac. And the timing push behind it. Whew, that was so clean. Like, I'm actually still just mind blown by how well that was done. I thought this was a spray for a second, but it's just a Carbot's, like, decal. This is a Clem that is absolutely terrifying, by the way. This is Clem at his best. Who do you think is better in PvT between Clem and Classic? That is a good question, actually. Since we can't see Clem play against Clem, it's legitimately impossible to know. Classic has a better record against Maru, I think, though, in recent history. But actually, I don't even know if that's true. Maru's been playing so freaking well in TVP. I honestly think they're very, very close, but stylistically, I think they're pretty different. It depends on the players. I mean, yeah, that is actually true. That is actually true. I think you have to say Classic just because he does beat Clem on a relatively consistent basis. And we literally can't have the data about Clem versus Clem. Like, we just actually can't. Is it better to lay second CC to make factory first? Wow, that is entirely dependent. I mean, I would say no. Because the second command center is so freaking important. But if you kill 2 early units because you got a faster Cyclone, well, that changes the math a fair bit. That is actually one of the reasons why TVP is like a super, super interesting matchup. Is because despite the overall statement that StarCraft 2 is like kind of, let's say, boring, kind of boring, that people have been saying, like, that it's stale and that it's a little too figured out. I think TVP has so much variance to the early game. Like, little SCV cuts, little choices made. Chrono versus Chrono Probes versus Chrono Blink versus Blink first versus Charge first. Oh, he shaded to the right. Oh, that's actually very nice for Classic. Not only does he save the Adept, he... Oh. Clem. Oh, nice usage of the medevac to track this down. Hey, well done by Clem. That's got to feel good. Killing the first 2 Adepts without taking any losses. I wonder if Classic, because it was a 5-unit opening... Oh, Widowmines do burrow up. They get some big hits. And he saves one again. Clem is so locked in today. Damn, this TVP is looking freaking good. Classic obviously made a little bit of a mistake right there, letting those probes get hit as hard as they did. But the fact that Clem got away with the second mine, well, I guess the first mine, really, but he got away with one of the mines and still represents threat, is really, really freaking nice. It is going to be a Prism coming in behind this. No third Nexus just yet. Clem going to see a shield battery in each mineral line, and that should spark a little bit of joy. But Classic going to start to put on some aggression. Clem, oh, that's quite nice right here. And because these units run away to the side, the... Reaper's able to get a kill. Classic did surround and kill that. One of the rare instances where Clem's not microing a Reaper, but obviously he was focused on... Let me just kill anything I can. Focus on defending at home. And macro behind it. Clem is going to stop at 3 siege tanks. They're all sitting in the natural, which is rather interesting. Classic feeling like a Zealot Warp-in. More Zealot Warp-ins even is the right call. That's a nice scan. That's a really, really nice scan. Stim is nearly done, by the way. It is a very fast stim. Oh, Clem is moving out. Classic. Wow, that was as lucky as it gets, but he's going to lose the Prism. One medevac will get sniped. Second one will as well, but it's going to be a lot of losses for this. That was not worth it for Classic, to say the very, very least. 2 medevacs, 2 Marauders, 2 Marines for a Prism, 6 Stalkers, and 3 Zealots. Yeah, that's not even close. Classic needs to contest this before it gets across the map. But if you do, well, the tanks are scary. Classic, if he can get up towards Storm, there's still a chance for him in this game, 100%. And in fact, he will get up towards Storm because Clem has to be relatively cautious. So that's what the 2 medevac snipes did do for Classic. And Clem's choice to try and load up into the medevacs was a dicey one. Now, if Clem scans, he can just build a Ghost Academy and go home. Oh, but he can also siege this position. Tanks will be very, very strong here. Doesn't actually get the tanks as close as he could, but he's still going to be able to kill this one gas. Oh. I like that he didn't hotpot pick up into the medevac there. Scan comes in to regain high ground vision. That does hit all 3 tanks right here. He might actually kill one with this. Oh, he does with the Storm. Second Storm will kill the rest of these. Oh, that medevac on 10 HP. That is bold. Charge is nearly done. No, it is done. What am I saying? Oh, that's a really, really good observer right here. That's going to let Classic know that the Widowmine's unburrowed and that it is go time. Clem manages to trade well enough to be, I think, more than okay with that. Against Templar and heavy charge lot play, you generally want to trade out the tanks anyways. So the fact that he was able to get decent value with them when Classic was as committed to the defense as he was. And now we see a backbreaker move in the main base. The double drop coming in. Widowmine going to hit the warping in Zealots quite nicely. 8 probes go down, and Clem... Oh, look at that. He even unburrows the mine to save it. Feedback hitting one of the medevacs. There's no Storm energy on this. 2 Immortals in trouble. One of them will go down. Second one getting tagged by Concussive, and that will fall as well. Clem on the verge of victory here. That is a fake Prism. But there are now 3 High Templar in it. First one does, well, basically just storm a Widowmine and kill it. Clem, where is the Ghost Academy? Okay, it's done. You should be prioritizing ghosts very hard right now. Oh, Classic doesn't have vision on where the army is. Clem going to sneak into the natural, and he is going to absolutely destroy this mineral line. Classic was teetering on the edge. 2 fingers holding onto the cliff, and Clem just stomps him. Stomps the hand. And sends Classic plummeting into the 0-2 abyss. Oh, I forgot to put it. No, I didn't. Did I forget to put a prediction? Did I forget to resolve a prediction? No, I did put a prediction. Okay, cool. Just completely outplayed. Yeah. Clem likes this spot below the natural. It's a really, really good spot to siege from. It's better against Terran and Zerg, I would say. But it's still good against Protoss. It is still good. And my hair is so messy. It looks like such a hobo. We're going to switch back to the out-of-game picture-in-picture. Where is the thing I was using? Oh, right. I gotta turn that one off. All right, White Rabbit. Clem with a chance to close out the series and take a 3-0. It is clear he's been working on his TVP, and it is looking sharp as hell today. Spawning down on the bottom left for Team Liquid, it's Clem. Malem. And his opponent spawning up the top right, it is Classic. In the red for Virtus Pro. We use Inu once again for a little bit. Oh my god, Clem's going command center first. Yo! Clem, is this Clem or is this Maru right here? Wild plays all across. I will say, I think you can still punish Command Center first, even... Like, I think you can just punish Command Center first as the Protoss. If he goes Gate Nexus, that is probably best scenario for Clem. He's not, though. He's going to go Gate Cyber. And that is a problem. Because there's going to be an early Adept. Almost definitely. Early Adept or early Stalker. Do you think Serral and Maru would lose more if they played as much as herO and Clem? 100%. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you play more against the top players, you're going to lose more. But you're also going to win more. Now, would their win rate be relatively the same? If that's what you're asking. That's a really good question. I'm not sure. I think it probably would drop a little bit because they are both players that really play quite a bit. They play tricky. They're obviously both very good at standard games, but they do play tricky. And the more you play and the more you show your play, people will be able to pick up on certain tendencies. Now, Serral and Maru are such complete players that weaknesses are going to be difficult to exploit. But there is no doubt that playing against them more in a tournament setting, unless you play completely drastically different from the way you play online or in smaller tournaments, which we kind of do see a little bit from some players, you know. Yeah, it can be challenging. We are going to be seeing, of course, an Oracle opener. Clem, it is going to be that Cyclone. That's good. That is very good for him. And not ideal for Classic. Now, Command Center first. Obviously, not only does it delay your units, it delays your tech significantly. But Classic going to immediately throw down a third Nexus. That is a really, really fast third. What is the timing on that? It's like 3:15, 3:10, 3:15. Cyclone will be out, but it needs to be in position. Now, eco-wise, scaling-wise, Command Center first is amazing. Oh, that's really, 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 really bad for Clem, because now this Cyclone is completely out of position. Killing the Adept is great. Clem, oh, look at that juggling, though. That juggling saves an SCV. Oh, Classic actually going to sneak back in and kill another SCV. Oh, he's just going to sack the Oracle. That's really expensive. Normally, killing 5 SCVs would be amazing. And it is good. But look at the army supplies right now. Clem has already gotten a significant advantage from the... We're going to switch back to manual control. A significant advantage from the Command Center first. Classic is probing really hard. And if he gets up to this charge in +1 armor, it may be very difficult actually for Clem. And in fact, Clem is not pushing out with the tanks and Marines. If he did... Maybe it was totally fine with how Classic is playing this to go for this. Oh god, that SimCity. Very awkward for units to fit through here. Stim and combat shield on the way from Clem behind this. Classic is anticipating a very big early move out. That is why he's gone charge first. That is why he's rushed out this +1 armor. Like, this would actually be pretty good against what Clem did, I think, in game number 1. He would have these requisite upgrades in time for that particular push. But that's why mixing it up is so important. Oh, Clem, though, is trying to hit his timing. He's trying to get across the map early. That might give Classic an opportunity to jump on top of this army before it is set up and before it actually has stim and combat shields. However, Classic doesn't have vision here. Oh, but he is going to jump on top of this tanks. Oh, well, one of them could get... Two of them get lifted, actually. Good target fire there from Clem. Just no stim, no combat shields. It's really good positioning from Clem, though. The tanks actually were amazingly strong there. Not for their damage, but for their tanking. That was a lot of dead zealots. Stim and combat shields will complete. +1 weapon's not yet done. +1 armor is very, very far along for Classic. Nice snipe on the Phoenix. Widowmine not yet ready to fire. Clem wants it to rearm before he disengages, and he does manage to successfully buy that time. Oh, and get some pretty juicy mine shots on the other two mines. Still, Classic holds. And he's got a 4th Nexus done. 61 probes. Clem is just about to finish his 3rd CC. Okay, honestly, maybe the Oracle sack was actually a great move. Maybe I'm the fool here. Maybe Classic knew... Yeah, killing 5 SCVs early is more value than I can get from this Oracle later on. And with +2 armor now done, this game gets very unpleasant for Clem for dealing with zealots. God, that is so many zealots here. How many gates? 10 gates. About to be 9 in terms of how many are powered, but I think Clem is about to get cooked, actually. Zealots in the natural. SCVs are going to fall. There is so much momentum now for Classic. Oh, targeting a depot is not the best usage of 4 or 5 zealots in the natural. That is what we call anti-micro. I'm familiar because I do it myself quite often. But look at the mining. It's just not close to even right now. Classic getting the 2nd forge and the +1 attack. And +3 armor for that matter. As well as blink. Dastardly. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Dastardly deeds. What medevac or what Clem has is a lot of medevac energy. And a lot of army supply. And potentially a free pass into the natural? Oh, Classic. What the hell? He is going to get caught so far out of position. +1 armor will complete in a moment for Clement. Oh, he's going to redrop back into the natural. Classic got completely bamboozled about where the army was. Blink to the side, going to let these units through. A +2 armor, though, is going to be good enough. Oh, recall. That is how Classic is going to win this game. Phoenix going to be able to hunt down 3 of the medevacs there. Even taking down these Liberators. God, that Phoenix. 4 kills. Almost gets a 5th. Oh, so close to getting that 5th medevac. Army supplies are still close. But Classic just finished his 5th Nexus. And Clem... Oh my god. Classic's taking this base too. After the proxy gate got taken down. Without that recall, Classic is dead. I wonder even if Clem could have potentially gone into the main from that position. Liberator does siege up in the main, grabs 1 probe kill. Classic's going to be able to track this down. Oh, Prism will get taken out. Classic once again getting kind of out-positioned here. But he's got enough units ready to respond. Clem is fighting very hard in this one. He's multitasking quite nicely. Ooh, that's a cute little Zealot Warp in plus Probe Surround. Making sure those mines can't escape. Clem, though, back into the 4th base of Classic. Trying to out-multitask the Korean Protoss here. And that is probably his best method for trying to win this game. He is going to find this right side base. Recall's back off cooldown, but I think this is going to be a dead base potentially. No, he lifts up into the main. Dropping back into the 3rd, though. Gonna lose everything there. Clem finding a lot of value. This is a lot of dead probes. Ooh, he's going to depower 3 gates there. On the other side of the map, though, big Zealot Warp in. Just the Prism. Just the Prism. And now a recall coming through on the other side. Oh, Clem has got to be fuming at this point. Thing is, he's up 2-0 in the series. This is 2-1 now. Just needs to keep his wits about him. And he's still in a very good position here. That was the kind of game, though, that is a momentum killer for a player like Clem. No, Clem was definitely not winning there, Pascal. Dropping Burst Protoss is bad. Not always, but... Oh, sorry, my scoreboard was backwards then. No, Clem was up 2-0. Yeah, Clem was up 2-0. No, that's my bad, 100%. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. That is an oopsie poopsie. Clem won the first 2 games. Definitively. Blink ends up killing so many medevacs. It sure does. It sure as heck do. Oh no, they didn't link the lobby. Oh. Cosmos has gone offline. Oh, why? You gotta get your ass into the game, my guy. They will not wait long for you. Okay. Well. Yeah, that's my bad. That's my bad. Wait, it was correct? Oh, well, now we need to... MaxPax is absolutely allowed to play in Kung Fu Cup. No, it did say Classic up 2-0. No, that was my bad. I must have swapped the players. I must have hit Control... Oh, I hit Control X at some point. Yeah, I hit Control X at some point. That's on me. How did I even do that? It said Clem up 2-0 for most of it, and then I accidentally hit Control X, and that swaps the player's position. Oh, that turned my wrist in a way I shouldn't have. Wow. Whew. It swapped the players' positions. Not going to do that again. Oh. Cosmos, we got to get into the game, my guy. It did say 2-0 as you... Yeah. No, it said 2-0 until like 5 minutes left in the game or something, or 4 minutes left. Maybe even 3 minutes. But yeah, Max Packs is absolutely allowed to play. Blizzard with some nice little bugs on their lobbies. Always nice. Always nice, always nice. Goofy ass shit. I had no idea for... Hey, welcome, Poriforion. I had no idea that for a long time, people would say goofy because they didn't want to use the term ass. And I've just got to say, that's probably... that. The hell, guys? Come on. It's just ass. It's just butt, but spelled different. We can do better. Spawning down to the bottom left, it is Classic. And he did do better. In the red. Spawning up at the top right, it is Clem for Team Liquid. Melem in the blue. Yeah, I think I like when players are more willing to just throw caution to the wind, you know? Clem, by the way, it's going to be a proxy Reaper. You just now know about this? Like, as in, like, just now? Yeah, I didn't know about it for a long time. Bit and di? Is that like bitch and dick? God. This is actually the most angry I've been at the future generation. Oh God, that is... I'm upset. Terrible. Agreed. By the way, Classic is going to scout at a very normal timing this time. Not a super fast scout. Fortunately for him, though, he did open up Gate Cyber anyways. Oh, Clem. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be Factory. And Classic should know... Oh, this is the newness. The new, like, it's not a Proxy Reaper, but it's something cheeky still. Proxy Marauder. Now, Classic didn't get all the way into the main base. This could be a hidden barracks, technically. For a little while, the Korean Terrans were doing this quite frequently. Oh, no, Classic, or Clem is supply blocked. Trying to build a second Marauder. So what this does is this tries to punish greedy play. Where you don't think there's anything like nasty going on. It is just a single Rax Marauder proxy. But there is going to be a shield battery. However, Classic is going to shade forward with the Adept. And that will give Clem a lot of free damage into this battery. He can build a bunker. Or he can add the DPS to the battery itself with the SCV. Batteries are tanky, but it will go down. Third Marauder is going to pop out in a moment. First SCV was taken out. Hellion going to join up. That's going to help out a lot against the probes. Already some really good splash damage. One Adept has fallen. Marauder in the back is being kept alive very, very nicely. Oh, probe does get the arrest. The citizen's arrest. That was one concussive tag shell away from being a kill. This is still quite successful from Clem. quite successful. He's killed 2 Adepts, 2 Probes, a Pylon, a Battery. And the pressure is still on. However, Stargate. Stargate will hard counter every unit here. It is going to be a Viking produced at home. Unfortunately for Clem, he will not be able to recall his units. They will just pay a bloody price for this. Psych, there's a medevac. Haha. I didn't even realize there was a medevac. That's actually so sick. Oh, and now the Stalker's going to get tagged. That is huge for Clem. He might close this out here and now. The hot pickup on the Hellion. God, that is so sexy. Medevac Micro, really, really good. Second Oracle does pop out. All the Marauders except 1 fall. But Clem's still getting value out of this. I love the addition of a Phoenix here. Clem should back away. Classic left his Oracles on the whole time, which means they are now out of energy. And now the Viking will be a bit of a problem. It's still a rally of the same units, Marauders, Hellions, and Viking. Stalker is going to get taken down, which means that it'll be a Viking versus a Phoenix. Energy recharge going to get popped, but with no target fire on the Hellion, that means it's good damage against this. Viking landing here to avoid the damage from the air-to-air, but that means the Oracle is able to actually help take it out. However, with 8 more probes falling, Clem comes out of this in a phenomenal position. Oh. Hellion manages to avoid being picked off by the Oracle before it runs out of juice. Clem needs to stop rallying. That's it. That's the full story of this. But he's now, it's gone so well for him for so long that he has the confidence to build Stim at this tech lab. And unfortunately for him, he is now going to be forced to cancel it. Oh, that's actually so unfortunate. Clem could have pumped the brakes earlier, and he would be in an amazing position right now. But I mean, when you're that close to winning, can you blame him for not following through, continuing to follow through? I wonder what happens if he cuts Hellion like 2 or 3 Hellions earlier. Can he get a Cyclone in time to shift the balance of power? As it is, 2 Vikings at home. Classic is committing pretty hard to the counterattack. Oh, he doesn't get the Cyclone initially. It will finally fall. Viking Micro pretty good. Phoenixes are going to be able to try and find these Vikings, but the mass repair is sick. However, 11 SCVs going down is so much damage. Oh, and he'll still kill that 1 Viking. Another one does pop out, and this will drive this back. Oh my god, the Phoenix survives? Clem with a little miss micro there, and now this game has gone from good to Clem, good for Clem, to amazing for Clem, to not so good, to now terrible. Oh my god, he loses another Cyclone. Bunker finishes up, but it's now an 11-worker lead for Classic with a 3rd Nexus already a third of the way done. I think we're going to Game 5. May feel early to call this, but it is not. No Stim on the way, no combat shields. Twilight Council done. Classic going to wedge his way into the natural. Going to find 4 more SCVs. Even if he loses all 3 Stalkers, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but he'll only lose 1. And this map is too big for Clem to go for a counterpunch here. Classic with a very nice counterattack himself. Clem, if he could have held it cleanly, he's cooking. It all comes down, I think, for me, to the fact that he didn't stop building Hellions. Like, I think it was way too long before he switched into Cyclones. And Classic kept pumping air units, won the air war in a very close fight, and then just kept winning it harder and harder while Clem did not transition fast enough. I think maybe if he transitions when he sees the 2nd Oracle, think we're looking at a very different game, perhaps. Classic does lose the Oracle here. Did he even get a Revelation? No. No, he did not. He's got a Stasis Trap at the front of Clem's Natural. Classic, how many gates is he on? Yeah, he's on 8 gates. He's on 8 gates. He's got Charge. He's already got a Templar Archives. Blink is on the way. +1 is on the way. Classic should be able to pump out enough units to hold his third, no problem. And I think he can take the fourth right now. The main problem is that Classic has terrible map vision. Like, really, really bad. And he has been caught out by Clem like 4 times in this series with bad map vision. This Stasis Trap is going to get the biggest connection with like a second left, isn't it? Oh. Good job from Clem. He checks it. Okay. Classic sending out an well, yeah, he sends out a Zealot. Early. Is that early? Maybe not. Clem is going to macro out of this. I mean, kind of has to. And Classic is not being as greedy behind this as I feel like he definitely could have. Maybe thinking that he's already won this game. Now, if Classic goes for a big attack, Clem may have a very difficult time holding this. Yeah, look at this. We're just now seeing the 4th and 5th barracks start up. Clem is caught up in economy in a big way. Classic is... Man, no, Clem, we can't be moving out, can we? Ugh. I really don't think so. Okay, okay. I'm honestly very okay with this if he just kind of fakes aggression and then backs away. Nice SCV save. Even going to heal it back up to full. Look at that. Clem, though. Uh-oh. This is so many Zealots and Archons. Big mine shots on the Zealot clump, and attacking up a ramp is not it from Classic. Clem definitely needs to, like, he needs to turtle relatively hard. Oh, good scan right there. Finds the Observer. The fact that Classic made so many Archons, 5 Archons made, just certain that Clem was going to attack with no information. But Classic can still get a game-winning fight. Clem doesn't yet have the ghosts in big numbers yet. He's just now really got these 2 additional production structures online. He is getting into a fast 4th CC, fast relative to how this has gone. Not fast relative to the state of the, or to the actual, you know, timer. Classic popping down Nexus like nobody's business. But look at it. He misplaced the Nexus. Everybody point and laugh. Ha 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 ha. Feel morally superior. That is actually really bad because this is the high yield gas. This is like the one reason you would take this Nexus. Well, not the one reason. It's still a full mineral base. But that is a big mistake from Classic. He is getting up to 10 additional gateways, though. Clem just trying to put some kind of counter pressure in on the other side of the map, and will find a couple of kills. Actually, quite good value for just a single Marine drop. Single medevac Marine drop. 5 Marines for 4 Zealots. A feedback kills a cannon as well. Doesn't force a whole lot of lost mining time. Still not an amazing setup, but certainly not bad. Observer does now see the 4th base trying to land. Classic is about to complete 2-2, and he is about to get into the Colossus switch. First 2 Colossus going to be completing very, very shortly. Clem scans the army. Oh, very bad positioning on the Prism. Had it out front of the army, and the Vikings snipe it immediately. Good job from Clem there. Clem will survive to get the planetary up, but will he survive this 2-2 push with extended thermal lance? Archons do need to get hit by EMPs pretty hard, and they will. Classic does need to trade these out. Colossus does go down before the second one shows up. Pretty good fight for Clem. Remember, though, that those Archons were garbage. Like they needed to be thrown away. Clem loading up for a drop right now is a little bit bold. He's building 4 Vikings at a time. He's way behind in workers. Single Stalker in the natural. Good quick warp in from Classic. He may have to recall here. If he doesn't, he could risk losing the Forges. Classic maybe going to go for the forward move now. If Classic can kill those, or if Clem can kill those Forges, that would be huge. Oh, this will just turn into a recall. Clem is really fighting a fantastic fight from a brutal position. He did actually depower +3 armor. Problem is his upgrades are still so far behind that of the Protoss. 2-2 now completes for Clem. He goes immediately to +3 armor, which he does. That'll give him a nice little chance here. Yeah, it is funny that it's a high-yield gas. It's still going to mine close to full efficiency. And it's still absolutely worth mining. Would have mines on the top left. Classic balling his entire army up over here. Why did he remake Archons? Classic, what? Why are we making Archons at all? Your opponent has Ghosts, and a lot of them. One Colossus getting taken down pretty quickly. This is confusing. Classic knows how bad Archons are. Look at that. He got killed by a Cyclone almost casually. Did he rebuild Archons, or did they just survive? He had 5 before. No, he did rebuild them actively. Ooh, this Zealot run by into the third base. This is nice, though, for Classic. We'll find a Ghost, but it's a hot pickup from Clem. A sick save. 3-3 will complete for Classic. Clem trying to secure this 5th base. Trying to keep some kind of... Oh my god, there's a Colossus just in the middle of nowhere. Classic does pull it back. He's taking another Nexus right now. How many Vikings are there on the field? 10 Vikings. But we also see Classic going into Disruptors. Oh, Prism in the main base is going to get taken down before it can get a warp-in off. However, Disruptors fired on the back line of the flank attempt. Planetary gets taken out. Disruptors get big shots. However, Clem is going to be able to find a really good fight here. Classic is not super rich. Thing is, his economy is still booming. Oh, and there's DTs in the mix now. Classic trying to cancel what will now be a rebuilt 5th command center. But it will survive. And Clem will survive up to his own 3-3 as well. He unfortunately does not have +2 ship weapons on the way. He's been obviously spending his money as quickly as he gets it. Oh. I think maybe you just go for the base trade right now as Clem, but he's going to go for a bit of a split up. DT did get scanned, and one of them was forced to morph into an Archon, or 2 of them were. Disruptors trying to zone this army out, but it looks like it is going to be a snipe on one of the Disruptors. The Orbital Command does go down, but this is going to be a lot of losses here for Classic. If Clem can chase down both Ruptors, he can keep chasing this very aggressively. He's going to find one Ruptor, gets the other. Classic tried to turn around, but Clem was too on point there. This is starting to look quite good for the French Terran. Nice snipe on a couple of Stalkers. Classic will find the medevac, but Clem loaded up into the high HP medevac. And now he is driving forward with everything he's got. 137 army supply. Clem is beginning to cook. Oh, these disrupt... Why is there a disruptor there? Just... What? Okay. Classic with a little bit of a misrally. A lot of probes falling here. They're pulling into the main fight. Disruptors on the high ground. Clem wants to commit on top of them. He gets one, but after the shots had already fired, Clem, that was still very, very good for him. Unfortunately, he does get cleaned up on the bottom right, but he's killed 30 probes. Classic is very poor right now. Clem is in the driver's seat. He may not realize how good of a position he's in, though. I mean, these medevacs being trapped the way they are is not ideal for Clem. Oh, he's going to put them on hold on patrol. Oh, that is a really, really nice find on the DT. It was out of range of detection and actually walked back in range. That is a real Phoenix, by the way. Clem arriving with a relief army is going to boost in behind this. Disruptor gets just a single Marine. Clem now has all of his medevacs out of the pocket. The bio units do go down, but I think Clem can continue to push. He's going to get this base. Classic does not have any tech, nor does he have a great economy anymore. Clem is actually outmining him at this point. This is one of those situations where if Clem saw the game state right now, like if he knew what the supplies were, he would know that this game was all but won. But with how TVP has been feeling the last little bit, it's not going to matter. Don't need the preamble because Clem is going to take it down. Doesn't matter. Classic taps out. He lost way too much eco. And my preamble is unnecessary because Clem gets it done from a really tough position. I had written that game off as over, to be honest. But Classic... I would say after an amazing counterattack that put him into an amazing position, he just kind of like switched his brain off. He stopped scouting, didn't keep tabs on what his opponent's economy was, didn't realize that Clem was ecoing super hard and that he could do the same. Made a crazy amount of Archons. And Clem was able to capitalize on, yeah, really big mistakes out of Classic. One, not capitalizing as much as he could have in the mid-game after getting crazy big counter damage. Then also losing the Oracle for the last bit of scouting that he had. Basically never rescouting Clem's economy until... I mean, Classic could have been on 5 bases when he was, like, taking... Like, when his 4th finished, basically. He did scale his economy up from there. But he missed a pretty crucial timing window, I would say. And Clem took full advantage. And then the fact that Classic, yeah, made 5 Archons, attacked with them, and then made 3 more after losing all of them. Took a lot of things for Clem to come back in that game, but he took full advantage, and you got to just tip your cap to him. Is that Clem's first... No, that's Clem's second victory in the Kung Fu Cup. Very impressive. Look at that. And that pumps him up to sole position of second place in the standings. There are a lot of Kung Fu Cups. 30. So we are approaching the halfway point. But Clem, herO, Beyond, Solar, and Classic, I guess, would... But really, it's herO, Clem, Beyond have put themselves head and shoulders above everybody else. Like, the 9th place player is... less than a quarter the number of points of Beyond. Had to do some quick maths in my head. Very well done. I don't think Classic made use of his upgrade advantage a single time. Yeah, he I'm surprised that the proxy put him so far behind, even though he dealt so much damage. No, the proxy put him ahead. The proxy 100% put him ahead. The counterattack from Classic put him super behind. The overcommitment probably evened things out and gave Classic a lot of opportunity to find counter damage. But really, yeah, it was the... It was the... You know what I'm trying to say. The actual counterattack. Yeah. I think, yeah. Anyways, thank you very much, by the way, Rafalovi, for the Prime resub at 14 months. I might do a couple of brain teasers right now. We're going to run 3 minutes of ads. I might just rest. We're going to mute the mic at the very least. We're going to take a little break. Maybe some brain teasers, maybe not. But we will be right back. Actually, are we... No, I think I got to rest. I just kind of got hit with a wave of exhaustion. Patch waiting room, says Cyril. God, that's funny. How do you not love Yuna? How do you not love the great Yuna Sutala? You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna personally watch Cyril myself. But is Shin just streaming? Oh, he's on Soup. Right? We can't stream. I can't rate him from Twitch. Well, Shin is streaming. He's playing campaign. He's actually on the... Oh, he's on the final mission of Wings of Liberty. Fun. Wonder if he's playing, like, Nightmare Mode or something. Trigger is streaming. Rushy's streaming. Soup, S-O-O-P. It's the, the evolution of Afrika. You know, we'll raid Railgan. He's raided us a bunch of times. Once again, as I said, I'm going to watch Cyril. I'm just being honest about that. But Railgan is a good lad. You can watch Shin as well. Who else is streaming? Trigger. Yeah. All right. Enjoy Railgan. Thank you very much for tuning in. And I'll be back. I think I'll be back tomorrow. I'm probably going to cover Group D of Maisha's the Game. I know it's like super, super late. But yeah, I think I'm probably going to cover that